Alright, good morning. This should be a relatively quick video regarding this Gardner Bender GMT-312 analog multimeter. Quick review, why I have one, what it's good for. So, I got this off eBay for, it's like $9 or $10. If you go to Ace Hardware, I think they cost $20. And the reason I got this is something I have in my car, something called a just-in-case box. There's a long story behind it, but most people apparently get antsy when you start, talking. And anyways, so this box contains a lot of things that one might need in an emergency. And one of the things I decided that would be helpful would be a very small voltmeter. And I didn't want anything with an LCD on it because under extreme temperatures, highs and low temperatures, the LCD display would get damaged. The other problem is those run off of batteries, and you either have to keep batteries in it, or you'd have to put, keep some batteries for it with it, and then put them in at the time when you need it, and or you'd have to hope that those batteries are still good. In the case of this one, although you need a battery for the ohm setting, the rest of it does not need a battery. You don't have to have a battery to test voltage with this thing. And since modern batteries are garbage and have a tendency to corrode, leak, and whatever, I don't want to keep a battery in this. I do keep batteries available, and if I really needed to test the ohms or use the ohm meter as a continuity, I could do that and just put a battery in it. Just to show you that there are no batteries in this, I'll put it to the ohm scale and touch the leads together, and if there was a battery in it, it would go to 0. So there's no battery in it. So what we'll do is I'm going to put this on AC 150 volts, and we'll put this in a plug, and you can see that it is showing approximately, let's see, 90, 120. This is about 116 volts. I don't have another voltmeter out here to check the accuracy of that, but it's probably pretty close. According to the instructions or information on the back of this thing, the accuracy on the high end of the scale can be off by plus or minus 4%, and I can confirm from my testing that measuring a 9-volt battery with this on the 10-volt DC scale, it was off by about 0.3 or 0.4 volts. But like I said, this would be just for if you're in a car and you're stuck somewhere and you need to check and see if something's getting voltage or not. You just hook it up, and if it's within a volt or two, or even a tenth of a volt or whatever, it's close enough. You're just confirming that you got voltage. Plus it's small. It doesn't take up any space at all. And as I said, doesn't require any kind of any batteries to do anything except for running the ohm meter. Now, some things about this. Apparently there's two different versions of this. There's the GMT-312, and then there's another one, I think it's 318. And the 318 has a little bit more, it has a higher ohm reading scale. This one's only goes up to 1K. It only measures a maximum of 250 volts DC and 250 volts AC. It has a milliamp meter. Milliamp meter also will work without a battery. And on the side here it has an adjustment for the ohms to zero it. Anyways, the 318, if you look here, you'll see that there's a little battery gauge, and that's on the other one. There's a setting, you put it on 1.5 volt or 9 volt battery, and it just tells you if it's good or not. This one does not have it, but they apparently use the exact same dial. So you can measure decibels. I don't know why I would ever need to do that. I have tested it for accuracy on the ohms reading. I happened to just grab a 26 ohm resistor, and even though this scale is only in 1000s or time 1000s, the needle was approximately where it should be for 26 ohms. I didn't test it any more than that. That was close enough for me. Like I said, I wanted something cheap that if it ever did get ruined, I wouldn't care. So let me see if there's anything on here that's of any importance. Nah, that's it. Anyways, cheap ohm voltmeter, does what you want for $9 later.